WRKS Pickens Jackson, where it's
Time
to take a ride. Yes, we're back with Jake Wimberly on the afternoon drive. It's live, it's local, and it's on ESPN 105.9 The Zone and online at thezone1059.com.
Hour number 3 of the program brought to you by our friends at Capital Grill in Jackson. Hey, head out and enjoy at Capital Grill in Jackson. Grab a Michelob Ultra, a Bud Light, courtesy of Southern Beverage. Please drink it responsibly. Grab an appetizer or a meal. Forget about your work day at Capital Grill of Jackson. Make sure to find them on Facebook.com/Capital Grill of Jackson. Earlier in the program, Mike Kershaw, head football coach, Mississippi College, was on your radio. Also, David Horner, head of school here at Hartfield Academy. It is day number 1 of the high school football road tour, brought to you by the Lovejoy Group. The Lovejoy Group, make sure to find them on Facebook. And also, we'll tell you more information about how you can find them as well. We're also brought to you by Ameristar Casino. Right now, senior on the Hartfield football team, TJ Jones, plays outside linebacker, strong safety. Kind of drape him all over this defense. TJ, welcome in, brother. How you doing?
All right. Thank you for having me.
Man, I appreciate you jumping in here. And like I told you, at least we able to give you a little bit of a break. It's a little hot out there.
Yes, sir, it is.
So take us through, before we get into this year, obviously Coach Bowman and the staff that you guys have here, you guys have done a great job to get that first championship last year. What that meant to you, obviously, as a junior, you had a lot of seniors, or some seniors that have gone on to other places, colleges and here in universities. But for you, what for you last year?
Well, what it meant for me, it was really everything, because Hartfield had done a lot for me specifically, but a lot of us, they have taken care of us. And then we worked so hard to become the top dogs, because we were underdogs for so long. And so for us to go undefeated and yet alone win the whole thing, it was just an out-of-body experience.
As you look at that now to this year, now the things have kind of changed, right? You're not sneaking up on anybody. You're not going into a stadium on Friday night where people are like, who are these Hawks?
Right.
Everybody knows, right?
Yes, sir.
So the target is now on your back. How has that changed kind of as a senior now, a leader on this team, and your other seniors that are on this team, kind of through spring and the summer workouts, where your mentality has to change a little bit, right?
Yes, sir.
How has that changed?
Well, definitely it has changed, because like you said, it's shifted from being an underdog to now we have the biggest target on our back. And so the biggest thing as coaches, as a leader, myself, we just stress, like, don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Work hard. Keep going, because like everybody's coming from us, so we can't take 1 second off. We can't take 1 day off, 1 step off. So it's 100% fast, hard football all day, every day.
And of course, just sitting here watching you guys have been going for about an hour and a half. You couldn't pick a hotter day to start practice. So is this day 1 of practice for you guys?
Oh, no, sir. We've been practicing all summer, but we got
as far as practice,
yes,
organized
sir.
practice.
Yes, so last week we started.
Last week.
Yes, sir.
So, and of course, you guys, it looks like, obviously, the team is in really good shape. Been a lot of moving around, not a lot of dragging around. You guys run a pretty tight ship here.
Yes, sir, we do. Coaches do not play about laziness. They don't play about lollygagging, or, they don't play any of that. It's fast level football.
TJ Jones, he is one of the captains here for Hartfield Academy, outside linebacker, strong safety, Wednesday edition of the program. So, outside linebacker, strong safety, you're on the field. Would you rather sack a quarterback, make a big run stop, pick a pass off? Like, what? I know you'd love all of football, but like, you're picking one play. What is it?
Well, my picture perfect highlight.
There you go.
I would imagine like a slot receiver going out for a bubble, and I just come downhill and clean them. Because I'm like I love to be aggressive. In this sport, you got that advantage, and so any chance I get, I try to take full advantage of it.
Yeah. How hard has that been as a player? Because the rules change so much, and they obviously there's the player safety element of it, and you guys obviously, like all schools, wear the shells on your helmet. You want to be that aggressive player, but then there's certain things you can't do. There's not the head-to-head contact anymore. To make that impact play, but then also do it within the rules, if that makes sense. Because you see so many players that get maybe tossed because a defensive player like yourself goes to make a play. You don't mean to, because it's such a fast deal.
Right.
You get that head-to-head contact, or you make a play, a horse collar. How hard is that to to kind of work yourself to remember, I can't do this, and I can't do that?
Well, it definitely has been difficult, trying to restrain all that like aggressiveness in the sport, but it's also been kind of intriguing, to find out like just the technique of it all, just getting the technique of it all, because once you get it down, it's kind of like a superpower, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I know what I'm doing, and now I can go do it full speed.
No, and you bring up a good point. It is different in the fact that football's always been a physical game. It's that's why people love it. I mean, it's a physical game, especially at the line of scrimmage. But then you get out on an island, like you watch these guys here work, some pitch and catch out here. Used to, as a defensive back or a linebacker, you could jam a guy, right, and you keep your hands on him. There's a lot of physicality there, but now there is a little bit more of a skill to it in that, hey, I got to watch out. I can't do this. There's a lot of T's to cross and a lot of I's to dot.
Yes, sir. You are absolutely correct. They allow a little bit of touching in the first 5 yards. After that, there's no touching. But even within those 5 yards, it's a quick jam. It's quick. But like I say, once you learn the technique, you learn the rules, it becomes fun. Just you replace that aggressiveness with technique. You know what I mean? So,
TJ Jones on your radio, Wednesday edition of the program, senior here at Hartfield Academy. Hawks get ready to play here in a couple weeks. It is hard to believe that you guys play what? I think we said the 16th, correct?
Yes, sir, the 16th.
You guys will be playing Heritage Academy. So is that going to be here, or is that going to be on the road?
That'll be here.
Here on the road, or here at the house. So, it's amazing. We were talking to David Horner about this, about the facility upgrades, and now, of course, with the turf field and the way things look here. You've said you've been here most of your life, so to speak. But what does that mean to watch this grow, this school grow, and just to see the facilities now, the weight rooms that you guys have, and just everything that you guys have now as players?
Man, I mean, it's absolutely a blessing. I remember when this was grass and we didn't have a track, and then for us to now get like a new weight room, new locker room, is all like a blessing. You know what I mean? I'm just really, really grateful, really thankful, and also it's like rewarding, because we worked hard for
Sure.
it.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Real quickly, and we'll let you go here. Favorite college team, favorite pro team, who you got?
Favorite college team would be MC Choctaws, baby.
How about that?
Yes, sir. And my favorite NFL team is the 49ers.
49ers. So you like the 49ers for the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, our producer, Beaver, who's obviously keeping us afloat on this, a big 49ers fan. So like another shot at those Chiefs, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah. We got to. I need it. It has to happen.
TJ Jones on your radio. TJ, man, hey, look, best of luck this year. I appreciate you taking some time with us today.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right.
TJ Jones on your radio. We'll got about 3 or 4 minutes here. We'll continue on here, and of course, you can take that off, and you can sit here with us and play radio and stay out of the heat. We'll get Craig Bowman on with us, the head football coach, coming up here in just a bit as we continue to move through. You can always text us 601-885-3776. Some other stuff that we're following today we'll get into. 2024 NFL position by position breakdown. On offense, AFC retains quarterback advantage, but NFC kind of closes the gap. And you ask yourself, have they really closed the gap? We're talking about the NFC. When you look at the AFC versus the NFC, and we've seen the ebbs and flows of the AFC and the NFC over the decades, and there have been years where the NFC had the advantage, and then there's been years like right now where it seems like as a collective, the AFC has the advantage. Since this time last year, it was declared that the game's most important position, a massive advantage for the AFC, but after a season in which Dak Prescott finished second in the MVP voting, Brock Purdy followed up his magical rookie run with a sophomore campaign that established himself as a very good quarterback. You had Jordan Love, who took a step forward for the Green Bay Packers. Jared Goff had one of the best years in his career. Matthew Stafford, of course, recaptured his top form. And then we'll see what happens with Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. There has definitely been a surge in the quarterback side in the NFC. You know about the AFC side, of course, with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, now C.J. Stroud to that mix. You still have Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, Aaron Rodgers now to that mix, and we'll see if Anthony Richardson can add to that. So, there is definitely still just a slight advantage in the AFC. When you look at running backs, you have to give the advantage to the NFC, because of guys like Christian McCaffrey. You look at Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson and others, there's a definite advantage in the NFC when it comes to running backs. We'll continue to look down this list and see which side has that advantage, but we're going to have to take a timeout. We are brought to you by Ranco Transmission, 1460 Old Brandon Road in Flowood, 601-939-9184, 50-plus years foreign and domestic transmission repair at Ranco Transmission. Text us on the Cowboy Maloney's text line, 601-885-3776. We're at Hartfield Academy. Back in a bit.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and welcome back to the Afternoon Drive with Jake Wimberly, where he's talking about anything and everything that's Mississippi sports.
No, great afternoon.
Right here on ESPN 105.9 The Zone and online worldwide on thezone1059.com.
Taking you home on a Wednesday. It is the Afternoon Drive. We're brought to you by BCI. Go to bcipeople.com. You can always call 601-427-4185. Begin your protection plan today. For managed IT services to data backup solutions, ransomware protection, and disaster recovery planning, and more, BCI is your network knight in shining armor. You can text the show 601-885-3776. That is the Cowboy Maloney's text line. And we are brought to you by Maristar Casino. We'll be out there on Friday. Today we're at Hartfield Academy as the Hawks getting set for the start of the 2024 high school football season. We do appreciate David Horner jumping in, also TJ Jones. Right now, though, quarterback and captain for the Hartfield Hawks, Cayman Tapper, is on your radio. Cayman, welcome in, brother. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, we're doing good. Doing good. All right, so it's hot, and this is the part where football players don't like it, right? I mean, because you're having to practice in this kind of element. But this is, another year where you guys now are working to defend a championship. We're going to get to that in a minute. Take us through, though, last year, what that meant for you as a quarterback, leader of the team, to finally get Hartfield their first state championship.
Yes, sir. So I came in as a new player, so I had to break it in throughout the year, become a leader, earn everybody's trust, Then throughout the season, got everybody's trust, then got really close as a team, and just did it from there.
When you look at it being able to kind of set some benchmarks, get the first championship, beat Jackson Prep, and I remember I was working the game with Brian Eubank the night that you guys won. We were calling the game on TV. Take us through that night, what that was like for you as a player. You had some big moments that night as well, through some pivotal passes, touchdown pass, I believe that was right before the half maybe, and I'm going back in my head, through a fade route, I believe, going this way from the press box, left to right. Just to have those moments, what was that like for you?
Our game plan was just keep it simple, do the same thing we've been doing all year, give it playmakers basically, and just do our thing. That's about it.
Cayman Tapper on your radio. He is a quarterback for Hartfield as the Hawks get ready to open the season coming up here in just a couple weeks. All right, so now the script has changed a little bit. You guys are not hunting anymore. Obviously you're hunting, but you were hunting. So it's like we were talking with TJ. You're not sneaking up on anybody, right, on Friday night. You're not going to anybody's stadium and people saying, who are these guys? They know who you are. How has that changed, or has it changed the way you prepare as a player?
Not really. I mean, you just got to keep on being, progressing. You can't be the same people you were last year. You got to keep on going forward. Instead of, keeping the grudge from last year's team, it's a new team, so you got to keep on going.
Talk a little bit about playing for Coach Bowman and playing for these coaches here. And, of course, as you said, you're a second-year player here. Facilities, everything you guys – right now the momentum that what Hartfield has and what your guys are carrying forward is pretty awesome to watch from the outside in. Talk about, playing here your last year under this group of coaches.
It was a great opportunity. They gave me everything, and especially just the school. Everything's built around us. We're getting some new stadium, new things around us. It's been great,
Before we let you go here, best college team, or your favorite college team, your favorite NFL team, who you like?
Probably Mississippi State and the Saints.
Mississippi State and the Saints. And I got to ask you this just because we were talking. I didn't realize I know who you are, but I did not know who you are. I know your father from what? Better quarterback in their prime, you or your dad?
Me, definitely. Sure.
Cayman Tapper on your radio, Hartfield Academy. Cayman, thank you so much for taking some time today. I'll let you just put that down over there. I appreciate you today.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much. Cayman Tapper on your radio. He's a quarterback here at Hartfield Academy. He'll be a big piece to the Hawks this year as they continue forward to try to win back-to-back championships.